From downtown, this is Tim Kitzrow from NBA Jam, and you're listening to NintenDomain Podcast. Boom shakalaka!
This week on NintenDomain, I've played Yakuza Kiwami 2 on the Switch 2. Plus, the Game Award nominees have been announced.
Dragon Quest 3 is hard, but at least I can finally zoom. And revive, sort of.
Red Dead 2 on Switch. Oh, wait.
Welcome to NintenDomain Podcast, episode 498. Had 2 more episodes till our big 500. Suspense.
That's $1,000.
And we're your hosts. I'm Trey, banned from the Game Awards Johnson.
I'm Jeremy, No Kings Mikowski.
I'm John, PS3 era cowboy knitter.
It was the Wild West of 3D gaming.
The Wild West of 3D gaming was the actual Red Dead one on PlayStation 2. Right. Everybody forgets about that game, the Red Dead Revolver game. Let's start off the shows that we normally do and talk about games that we got and games that we've been playing. Last week I was really super psyched about Yakuza Kiwami 2. I have that game now. I've been playing it more than anything else. I think I got like 13 hours into it so far. I've probably peed like 5 times with the pee game, which I still don't understand. Cool. I don't understand how to play it at all. I looked online. That's like the only thing I've looked online for is how to play the P game, because I was confused about it. I'm still kind of confused.
You play all the different P games? Are they all in there, or is it just the one that you posted on the Slack?
There's two games right now, but that doesn't mean that that's all that's in there. There might be more that you unlock later. I don't know. I haven't looked into it.
Just in case anyone's confused what we're talking about, the Sega urinal games are in Yakuza Kiwami.
Kiwami 2, yeah. So basically, in order to use them, you go to the bathroom in the Sega arcade is how you do it. And there's a guy there that'll approach you and talk to you about it before you get in there. And he gives you like a wristband that will tell you like what your pee meter is at and like how much pee you have. So like when you have to go, and I think it goes up to like 3,000 or something like that. And you go in there, but it's not really. I thought that maybe there'd be some sort of like pointing involved in it, but all it is like pressure. You basically press like L2 for high pressure and you press R2 for high pressure and L2 for low pressure. And that's all you really do. So I don't really understand the game. Like there's one where you like, it's totally of the time. There's one where you like pee on this lady and like try to move her dress off or whatever with your pee. And it doesn't really, I won that one, but all I did was just hold the high intensity and that's it. But there's another one that's called like milk something, and you're basically, there's 2 of you and you're spitting milk at each other, and the pee level is supposed to be like the intensity of the milk stream or whatever. And I keep getting beat because I'll hold it up the whole way to the top, and I'll only be able to get to like 60% or something, and then he'll go all the way to 100% and kill me every time. Is what happens in the milk one.
I could be wrong, but I thought that was supposed to be like, the like a not a sneeze or whatever, but coming out the nose, like the whole like.
Oh sure, I mean
thing of things like coming out the nose. What when someone gets aroused or whatever, they have blood come out the nose or something like that in anime.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I thought that was supposed to be like a gush of something coming out the nose.
Sure, it looks like two guys sitting next to each other spewing milk at each other is what it looks like in the game.
Okay,
maybe it's their nose.
As long as we're talking about,
it's hard to tell because the sprites
names won't be specific. Yep,
the sprites are pretty small, so it's hard to tell if it's coming out of your mouth or your nose.
So are these based on real games?
It doesn't make the game any easier, that's for sure.
Yeah, these are the real Sega urinal games that actually came out in arcades in like 2003 or so, somewhere around there.
Yeah, so they're in there. It's actually my least favorite part of the game is this urinal game. So it's and the game's great. I like the game. I like the game a lot. Like I said, it's all I've been playing, and it's all I want to play until Metroid Prime 4 comes out. But the urinal games, yeah, I don't really get it. And it's not really there's no sub story tied to it, so I don't really need to beat them aside from just just regular because in every Yakuza game, there's like you have your like accomplishments or whatever where it'll be like for everything in the game you can like beat all the batting practice stuff and like beat all the dart challenges and all this stuff, and it doesn't really. That's just on like the completion if you want to try to get 100%, which would take hundreds of hours. I've never done that on any of these because number one, I don't want to learn how to play shogi or CeeLo. Those games are too hard. Shogi's like a Japanese chess, but you have to actually know the characters on each of the piece and what they all do, and I haven't taken the time to do that. But there is a sub story that I'm stuck on because I have to learn how to play mahjong, proper mahjong, and so I need to figure that out because I'm very confused on it. I tried playing it. It's kind of like poker, and I guess they want you to do like straights, but there's like a bunch of different types of mahjong pieces that all have different counting in them. You have to memorize a bunch of stuff, so it's difficult. But yeah, I think winning the P challenge would maybe get you some extra EXP or whatever. But you get experience points for everything now, which you didn't in the previous games. As I said this last week, Yakuza Kiwami 2 is like Yakuza 6, which is different than all of the other Kiryu-based Yakuza games. So I basically had to learn the whole game again, which was pretty wild to me because if you played like I played so many of these and they're very, very similar. Well, Yakuza 1 and 2 on PS2 were roughly the same, but then like Yakuza 3, 4, 5, and 0 and 1 are all basically the same engine. So you walk around Kamurocho, you go to different places, you walk up to a door, you press B or X or whatever, and it opens the door, and there's a loading screen, and then you go inside. But in this game, there is no loading screen anymore. So you go up to a restaurant, and you open the door, and you walk through the door into the restaurant, and that was just like something I'd never seen before, aside from Yakuza 6, which I did play, but not for that long. So that in itself kind of like took some getting used to, especially since I had just put like 30 some hours into Kiwami 1 trying to beat it before I get into this game. And at the very beginning of the game, it asks you to go to this hostess club, that you've seen in the other games. And I go there and I was like, well, I'm going to see how much I can do before I have to do that, because I was like editing and I just wanted to do other shit. And I was like, well, can I go to the arcade? Can I do this? So I went and I played like Virtua Fighter 2. There's another like Virtual On is what it's called in there. It's like a mech fighting game. That's really cool too. You can play both of those. I played a bunch of the UFO catcher game. I caught all of the monkey ball toys. I got all 4 of them. And it's like one of the first things I got was like Ai and Mimi and Baby and Gon. They're all in there. I got all of them, and I got some other ones too. There's some sub stories involving that where you have to win stuff. So it's much easier than real UFO catcher or whatever. But yeah, I just wanted to see how much I could do, and I was like, well, whenever I get done and I can actually see what the first chapter is, I'll go do that. And I went to the first chapter and I stood by the door and I pressed the button. And I'm like, oh wait, I could just walk into it. And it was so weird to like walk down the stairs and go into the hostess club because for the longest time you would just go up and press a button to enter, and then I didn't even know it was downstairs. So it was like it's kind of a mindfuck if you've played like a bunch of these Yakuza games, and now all of a sudden, there's more you can do. And there's less loading, so that's been cool. And the fighting's a little bit different. Like Yakuza 0 and 1, they all have like 4 different fighting styles that you can change from at any time. They're pretty much the same, but all those are gone now. Now you just have one fighting style, but it's different. It's a little bit different. Which the fighting style's been the same in like every Yakuza game since the very beginning game. Since the very first game, so that takes some getting used to too. But you can break most everything. You can pick up like most things and use them as items, and you can pick them up and put them in your pocket and save them for a different fight, which is pretty cool because you couldn't do that in the other games. You could do stuff like that, and pretty much everything gives you experience points. So like In the other ones, you could like finish a restaurant. You could go and order everything on a menu, and then you'd get like, I guess you would get kind of experience points for that. You get like adventure points, and you could use those to unlock different things. But now everything is like one thing. You know, you get, even though there's like five or six different types of experience points, which is kind of annoying too. But but you'll get, depending on what you do, you'll get different things for it, and it'll tell you like how many upgrades you can do or whatever, like in the main menu, after you get all of this stuff. But yeah, the game is really cool. I got to the point where I got to the Cabaret Grand Prix, which was like my favorite thing from Yakuza 0. It's basically you're like managing a hostess bar, and you hire people to work there, but you're like basically like, it's like a management sim kind of, but it's really fun. And there'll be like 6 different tables, and you choose which of your workers you want to work what table, and they'll tell you like there's different stats for all the different people that you have hired. Like they'll be like, oh, they have good talking stat, or they have a good party stat, or love stat, or cute stat, or whatever. All these different things, and whoever, when they come in, it'll tell like what they're looking for in their hostess, and you have to pick the right one. And there's this whole thing where they'll call you over to the table, and they'll do like a hand motion to ask you to do something, which thankfully I remembered all of these from 0. They'll ask for like more ice in the in the bucket that has the drink in it, or they'll ask for like a guest glass or like a host glass, or they'll ask you to change the ashtray out, like stuff like that, or like a menu, or all these different things. But they'll motion it to you, and if you get the right thing, then they'll get some of their HP back or whatever, which gets drained from them working the thing or whatnot. And there can be like, if you mismatch, if one guy's into one thing and you mismatch the hostess or whatever, there can be problems, and you have to go like settle it, or you have to whatever, give the guy a free drink or give him a gift or whatever to make him not upset. And there's this whole other thing where you go around town and you give different money to different businesses to have them advertise for your hostess club also, to get more people to come in. And you need to get like a certain amount of money in one night, and if you get high enough, then you can challenge other like higher ranking cabaret clubs, and then you go head to head, and then you have to beat their score, or beat their amount of money that they make, and that's the way it works. And there's like a turbo mode where if you get to a certain point, you can press R, and then everybody will just buy more stuff than they normally do, and the money will go up quicker. I don't know. It's a lot of fun. I played a lot of it on 0, and I'm glad that it's back, and it's cool. And there's for each and there's 5 different cups, or what different levels that you get through. And once you beat like a level of the cabaret, you get a specific platinum host, which you can like level. I mean, all of them will level up, but the platinum ones, you can buy them clothes and change, and give them different outfits and all that stuff, and change their hair color or whatnot. And in 0, you could take them on dates too, but I don't know if you can do that on this one or not. Like you can go out and like go bowling or do karaoke or whatever. But you haven't got to that point yet. But yeah, so far all the side activities are cool. There's like this golf mode in there that wasn't in Kiwami 1 that I've been playing. And there's 2 different places now. Now you have the regular Kamurocho, but you also have Sotenburo, which is supposed to be, Dotonburi or whatever. They just changed like one word. And that was in Yakuza 0 also, so if you've played that one, you recognize a lot of the places. But and that's where the Cabaret Club is. And depending on what chapter you're in the story, you'll either be in Kamurocho or you'll be in Sotenbori. Because I went straight to the first chapter, and that just took me out of Kamurocho, and then I'm in like Sotenbori for like 4 chapters. So I didn't get to do anything in Kamurocho really, because I didn't know that I was going to all of a sudden go to the different area at the very beginning. So whatever like side quests were there, I didn't really do any because I got whisked away out of Kamurocho so quickly. But now I'm back there, and I'm sure at some point you can go back and forth whenever you want. I haven't got there yet. But yeah, the golf stuff is fun. It's basically like, it's like mini golf kind of. Like it kind of looks like the they have like, it's like the baseball hitting stuff that you do in the other one, but you're in like a big like warehouse. And it'll be like, hit it as close to the pin as you can. It's that sort of thing. And they want you to like, break a certain amount of points. And when you get to the higher levels, they put like these little like cardboard animals and stuff in front of the holes that you have to jump around. And there's also like wind and stuff in there, which is pretty fun because they'll put ones on the ceiling and on the ground, and you have to like You have to kind of like, go way to the right and have it blow back, and there's a whole like sub story about it too, where you meet this famous golfer, and he's like, nobody ever beat this score, so then you got to play it on its hardest difficulty, and beat his score, which I did. It wasn't that hard. Like if you can get on the green enough times, and if you can get a hole in one, like that's like 200 points already, and you had to break like 300. So, and there's 10, and you do 10 courses, so it's been a lot of fun. I like it a lot. Highly recommend. $30. It's totally worth it. And it's nice to see this one is Switch 2 only. So it has like a bit of a graphic upgrade from Kiwami 1 and I mean 0 is a PS3 game, and I haven't played the 0 director's cut, but I imagine it looks better than that one too.
Did you get the upgrade for the Kiwami 1? Or I think there's an upgrade, right? There's an upgrade, isn't there, for Kiwami 1?
Yeah, but the idea was I beat Kiwami 1 and then I go to 2. So I've already beat Kiwami and already deleted it, so I have no reason to play it anymore because I already finished it. I didn't want to pay $10 to play a game that I've already played all the way through. That was the idea, because I wanted to go straight to 2 once I beat 1. But I mean, yeah, sure. There's a $10 upgrade that you can get. I think it's just on discount forever if you own the regular Switch one, and it has like 60 FPS. But I didn't really care about that mode because I just want to play 2. So that was what I talked about last week. I beat Kiwami.
You said 2's already Switch 2 exclusive.
Yeah, 2. Well, because 2 was a PS4 game.
PS4 game, okay.
Yeah, so you have to, if you understand the way the way the Yakuza games are, which I didn't even know, I didn't even realize, because I guess I didn't really know when 6 came out because I wasn't getting them right on the day. I mean, the last one I bought right when it came out was 0, so like everything after that I was late on. But 0 came out when Switch 1 launched, like in America, like in 2016.
It was a PS4 game.
It was a PS3 game. Well, it launched here as a PS4 game, but in Japan it was a PS3 game.
Gotcha.
Because 0, because 3, 4, 5, and 0 and 1 are all PlayStation 3 games. And then later, 6 and 2, and like a Dragon and Infinite Wealth, those are all PlayStation 4 games. Later. So, but yeah, I've been running around doing that, and it's great. It's great fun. It's nice busting people's heads open and all that stuff, and doing all sorts of weird.
So Nori.
And they got the weird, they got the weird side quests, which are always like obscure. Like I found like somebody running around in Kiryu's clothes, pretending to be him, pretending to be the Dragon of Dojima. That one was pretty funny. Where it's like, hey, what are you doing? He's trying to shake people down for money, and it's like him and your friend who died in 1, who's pretending to be his buddy. And I was like, don't they know that he died? Well, I guess not. If they're just trying to just shake people up,
They haven't played it. Probably haven't played the game.
But it's well, I mean, the dude died like in like a whatever, in like a Yakuza clan house or whatever. Like they probably didn't know that he died. But it's just funny that they're pretending like they're just going with the scariness of Kiryu, and they're just pretending to be him. Oh yeah, and also you like some of the sub stories you can do. You like make allies with the people after you do the sub story, and when you're allies with them, if you're fighting next to them in the map, they can help you out. So I made friends with this guy who works at the Papo, which is basically like the 7-Eleven. That's what it's supposed to be. And if you fight over there, he will throw you stuff to fight with from the 7-Eleven. And he'll actually come into the battle and fight with you too. And there's a bunch of different guys like that. Like you befriend a guy who's like playing the guitar on the street in Sodenbori, and like if you fight by him, he'll give you a guitar to fight with, but he'll come in and fight too. So they do a bunch of stuff like this, which is fun, So they have the people, when it says they're ally, that means that they will fight with you if you are fighting next to wherever their location is on the map. So I've been doing all of those, or whatever ones are available, and that sort of thing.
Do you return to the spots on the map enough where you're going to run into your allies? I
mean, there's always wandering. There's like random battles in Yakuza games. Like there's like wandering gangs or whatever that will attack you. They'll like chase you and attack you. So you get attacked on all sorts of the parts of the map, and you can get attacked inside of the Papo or the 7-Eleven or whatever. Now that you can go in and out, you can get attacked inside of places. So but I mean, I did it. Like there was a couple times where I befriended this one lady. This lady. It's like a, I don't know. She's like a BDS person, and she's wearing like leather, and like she throws you like a whip, and she'll like attack the guy with the whip and all this stuff. And I happen to be just buyer. And if you do, you just hit your special button whenever your heat's high enough, and then you can. It's basically like a special move that you can do.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, it's great. It feels great. All the movement's really cool. It's nice to. I mean, as much as I love these Yakuza games, it's nice to like have it feel fresher, I guess, because it's different from all the other ones. So it's been cool. And yeah, Virtual Fighter 2 runs really well. There was like a sub story where this guy wanted me to play, and I thought that he wanted me to play him, but I think he wanted me to beat the game because like he had like set a record like getting all the way through the arcade, and I couldn't get to the end because I was like I thought we were just gonna do 1-on-1, and I went through like 5 matches. And it was still going. And then I just kept getting and then I got the shit kicked out of me in the 5th match. And I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to give up. And then the story just kept going after that. So he's like, oh, well, you can't beat my score, but let's go do this. So I was like, okay. So it just kept going from there. But yeah, it's a really cool one. I was hoping to, I don't know. I mean, you know, these games can basically, they can take like 20 hours. They can take 100 hours, depending on how much time you want to do the extra sub-story stuff and all of the mini games and that sort of thing. And I always want to at least get through all of the sub stories, which I think there's like, I mean, there's normally like 70 some of those. And you only unlock certain ones like every chapter you're at. And I think there's like 15, 16 chapters or something like that. I'm in chapter 5 right now. But I mean, I always try to do that, and I'm sure there's a secret boss or whatever. And I did get like some extra items from having a save from Kiwami 1, and which I didn't get till way later. But once I got a hideout, I finally got that. And you got some extra like hostesses that are basically like women with these giant orange heads. They have like giant cartoon orange heads, like the edible fruit orange. Uh-huh. And there you're like, you get them as part of your thanks for buying Kiwami 1 bonus, which is kind of funny because they just look like normal ladies, but they have oranges for heads with eyeballs, with like cartoon eyeballs and faces. I was like, okay, well, whatever. There's a really cool character. I don't remember what her name is, but she's like an older lady. She's supposed to be like in her 60s or 70s or whatever. And she wears this like sweater with a giant like lion face on it. Mm-hmm. And she has like the best like talk stat. So like she does really, really well in the hostess bar, like for anybody who wants to talk. She's like the greatest in conversation. And she was really cool to have in Zero, and I guess she comes back later, but you got to find her through a sub story. And she's funny because yeah, she's like supposed to be like a cool grandma or whatever that everybody wants to talk to because she's you know, has great person skills or whatever. And I guess the only thing that's kind of annoying in this one compared to Kiwami is in Kiwami, like you could, well, in the original Yakuza games you would go to like a phone booth to save, and that was like your save point. But on the Switch one, you could save anywhere. It didn't really matter about that. But the main thing is if you go to the photo booth, you can like manage your items and stuff, like your gear, like your equipment and your weapons and whatnot. And as far as I can tell in this one, you have to go to your like base or whatever. You have to go to like Serena, which is this bar that you spend a lot of time in the first one. You spend a lot of time there in every game, even though it's called like Old Serena because it's only open in the first game. But you have to go there, and then you have to deposit your items. Because I had this sub story where I ran into this guy in the bathroom who had shit himself, and he needed new underwear. So I went to go buy him new underwear, but I couldn't buy new underwear because I already had too many equipment items. So then I had to go back to the bar and drop all my equipment items off, and then go get the pants, and then go back to, you know, it's just like I just had to go farther across the map to do this other thing. Whereas like in the other one, I could just go to a phone and just drop my stuff off. It was just easier, unless you can do it through the menu. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. But yeah, that's probably enough about that. I'm sure I'll remember something else now. But yeah, it's cool. It's a cool game. I mean, there's now 3 Yakuza games on Switch. There's going to be 4 Yakuza games in February. Bring them all over. It's time. I've been waiting for this for a very, very long time, so I'm happy that we've finally been graced with the Yakuza series. It still feels really weird for me to play it with a Nintendo controller because I'm so used to playing it on PlayStation. Yeah. It's because, like, you know, they both have the X button, and I still try to press where the X button is on the PlayStation controller instead of the Switch because I've played the game on PlayStation so much. Like, because I beat most of them on PlayStation. So if it says press X, I press B because that's where X would be on the PlayStation, just because I'm used to playing Yakuza on PlayStation. So that was that kind of mind fucked me when Kiwami first came out, to be like, oh yeah, the buttons are different now. Weird. Because I'm just used to playing it on that system. But yeah, it's really good. $30. Awesome. Well, I did our new Patreon episode is out right now for any of the patrons. I'll put a teaser out too on the free feed. We talked about stuff we were into earlier before cool before it was cool. It's kind of stuff we were on the edge or trendsetters for or whatever. And I guess I talk about the Protomen in there, which are a Mega Man band that I really like. And I bought the Bullet. I bought a CD. I don't know when I bought a CD for the last however long, but I pre-ordered the Act 3 CD.
Oh, on CD?
Yeah. Well, the vinyls aren't available yet, and they said that they don't know when they will be. So
okay.
I just want to get it whenever it comes out. I just got another email today. Like, I'm on their mailing list, so it's like I'm on their mailing list, and I got like nothing. And then all of a sudden I get an email like almost every day about the new album because they're dropping all these new songs. And you buy a physical disc from Bandcamp, and you also get access to all the songs that are already available on Bandcamp. So you get the CD and you get all the digital stuff at the same time. So
nice.
Cool. That should be the way for every medium.
And it's like $10 suggested, but you can give more. I gave him $15 for it because, I've been waiting how long for Act 3? I can give them extra. It's fine. They've been working on it for a very long time. So I went and I pre-ordered that. We'll see if it actually gets here this year or not. But every email that I get, even though online it says it won't be shipped until January 2026, and every Protomen email it says this is coming out in 2025. They keep saying that. So we only got so many weeks left,
Maybe you won't
guys.
have the CD, but you'll have all the digital stuff.
Yeah. Maybe they're not shipping them until. But yeah, it says. It says keep saying it's 2025. We're doing it in 2025. So that's what they keep saying. And
have they announced any kind of touring or anything?
I don't know. I didn't see anything about that. I think they're just trying to get the record out right now. But they are doing MagFest. I know that.
Nice.
I listened to the Retronauts episode, but I listened to it after we already did our.
I know that was
Protoman
really
stuff.
Kind of random. I guess it wasn't super random, but I didn't expect a full episode about it.
Me seeing that they were doing an episode about Protomen kind of inspired me to have Protomen in there as something I was into before other people were, because I saw them when their first album was out and when they weren't as popular. But I'm glad that we did the podcast before I listened to that episode because I always feel like it always mucks up our podcast if you listen to somebody else talk about the same thing, because whether you want to or not, you'll still repeat whatever they say. And I did not, but it was still a pretty good episode, even though I thought about emailing them on some things, being like, well, actually. But speaking of only having a few weeks left in the year, it's Game of the Year crunch time. So I'm trying to put together. It's like here's my A tier of games that I know I can beat, and then here's the other tier that I probably won't beat, but I'm going to try to. And of course, I'm writing another thing for Alex with Alex extended the invite to both of you again to write something. I told him I'd ask you. I know you probably won't, but
for end of the year.
Yeah, for end of the year stuff. And it doesn't have to be our list. It can be about anything, Last year I did top 5 number ones, and I'm going to do that again. That's just because I can make it super obscure and I can talk about games that probably won't be in my list for this show, I could be like number 1 game that came out when a million games came out in October or something. Yeah, I can do like that sort of thing. But my tier, of course, which isn't really that much of a surprise, I have to beat Trails in the Sky first chapter. That's like my number 1 game to beat by the end of the year. I'm in the final dungeon, so I'm pretty close on that one. And also I want to beat Dragon Quest 1. I'm like halfway through, probably, maybe a little bit farther. The game's it wasn't that long originally. I don't know how much extra stuff is in the remake, but it can't be that big. I want to at least get through 1, hopefully play a little bit of 2. But I want to at least get through 1. Those are my 2 big ones. Those are my 2 big A-tier games that I want to beat. And then my secondary ones are Pokemon ZA, Legends ZA, which that one's kind of short too. I don't guarantee that I'll get through it before the end of the year, but I want to try to. And Star Wars Outlaws also, which I really, really liked, and I put like 40 hours into. But then all this other stuff came out, so I got distracted. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to go back and try to beat that. But I don't know what I have left on that one, and there's so much to do in that game that, it probably would end up taking me way too long. So that's kind of, I'm just trying to lay things out and just try to be like, all right, we have this many weeks left in the year, and we don't do our Game of the Year stuff until the first week of January, and we got, New Year's Eve and Christmas Eve are both Wednesdays, so we'll have 2 weeks off, obviously, from the show, because they're both on days that we normally record, and I'm sure you guys are doing other things for Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve. So we'll have some time to try to get through that. But have you guys started thinking at all about your game of the year or anything that you want to try to finish?
Not really. I mean, I've always got a running list in my my folders of all the games I've played this year, so it's gonna be pretty easy for me to pick. But I've noticed that I haven't beat very many games this year. I think I beat Donkey Kong Bonanza. There's one other game I can't remember.
Mario Kart World, if you count it.
I suppose.
I mean, we all beat Mario Kart World because we got the credits and we beat it. I don't know if I get like golds for all the mirrors. I might have just given up once I got to mirror mode. I don't remember. I haven't played that game in so long.
I could count some of the games in UFO 50. I beat like 4 of those, I think.
Yeah, you guys beat more UFO than I have. I've only beat 1. But I mean, there's specific games like that I really like that I just want to finish. Like I put 60 hours into Trails, and I'm at the end. I just want to get, I just want to get through it, So there's that one. But I mean, I got a lot more. I mean, I ended up getting all those games from October. So, and not all of them are in line for the game of the year stuff. But I'm just kind of trying to piece things together here on it.
I'd kind of like to see I'd kind of like to get further in Hades too. If not, see the credits, then at least beat the other dungeon or whatever, because there's 2 paths instead of just the one.
Oh yeah, Hades too. Yeah, you got
and
that.
I've kind of fallen off playing that game. That game was making my wrists hurt.
Your wrists hurt, really?
Pretty difficult, right?
Pretty intense.
That's one of the reasons I had to lay off of it for a bit.
How far do you think you are?
Well, it's more about skill than anything. I got to be able to get through this boss that I'm stuck on, which is what's his face, the fire guy, Prometheus.
Oh yeah.
You think you're like 50% through?
Well, I'd be like one of the paths, so yes, technically I think so. But I don't know. I've done a lot of the relationship building and all that like secondary stuff as well. So I've unlocked all the weapons, most of the versions of them. So I've done a lot in terms of the actual gameplay, I guess. But you gotta be able to power through that path, and you gotta hope you get the best upgrades as you go. So it doesn't always work out in my favor.
What about Silk Song?
Heck no.
I feel like you barely played that one. I mean, I heard there's a very hard boss at the beginning that people were mad about, right? There was some backlash on that.
I definitely did not get to that boss.
Yeah.
Because I didn't ever fight a hard boss.
Because I think
got lost.
Because I think they patched it. I think they patched it and made it easier. Is what I heard. It was that much that people were having issues with it. That there's there's an easy mode for the first boss or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Because people are having issues with it. I don't know. I'm not getting that game. But I don't know. People like it.
It's really pretty.
Yeah. No, it looks cool. I just I couldn't get into the other one. But yeah, no, that's good for me.
Well, this week I mostly was just playing Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake. Totally treating it like you're supposed to treat the Dragon Quest game, supposedly, where I'm just playing it a little bit at night and a little bit during the day as well. But I never play it for very long at once.
I never treated them like that.
Well, that's I don't know. This one's a little. There's so much grinding in it that I don't. I guess maybe I'm like I get tired of grinding, so I'll just quit a lot more often. But I'm making steady progress. And I said no kings earlier because there's a part fairly early in the game where someone advocates their crown to you.
Oh yeah.
And I think it was different in the original. I think they changed it because I think I got to this point on the Switch One version, or the Switch One version that was like the mobile port or whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember that you ended up having to like do some quests, I think. But in this, you just go find the king and give the crown back. But it was kind of funny because I was like, I keep forgetting that I chose the female character because they don't look that much different. And so like, what? He was like, what? There can't be a queen. Wait, actually, you know what? A queen would be great, but there was a little bit of sexism.
Yeah, then maybe they changed that line a little bit from whatever it was back in 1986 or whatever, whatever it came out.
Well, I don't think you could be a female character then.
Oh yeah, could you even? I mean, you could make your own character.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I guess, yeah, there probably wasn't a female Loto, because you're supposed to be Loto. I guess
Yeah.
not the main character.
But that game's cool. Like, it's definitely tough, and I find myself like being a little irritated with that you have to give people items. I've forgotten about that whole thing where they have to have their items in the bags
Oh, yeah,
for them to
yeah.
access them during battle,
Yeah.
which I think is in 11 as well. Like,
It's in that on all of them. That's just how they are.
but yeah, it's annoying. So most of my characters don't really ever use items still. I'm mostly just using spells and stuff, but every once in a while I'll be like, oh, like I'll get silenced or something, whatever they call it in this, and I can't use the healing spell. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn it, everything's in my bag that I can't access during battle.
Yeah, you have to just keep like some emergency stuff. Yeah, in case you get silenced or in case you run out of MP, because I mean, they're kind of harder to find, like stuff like prayer rings and stuff like that that'll get your MP back. So it's it's
Yeah,
good.
the prayer rings are crazy. Like, you can sell them for a lot of money.
Well, don't sell them though.
Yeah, I
Don't.
haven't been.
Let's say don't sell any of them. Keep them because you need them to bring your MP back if you're in like a long dungeon or whatever, or even just going around the map. I wouldn't advise selling any of those.
Well, it was the only time I tried selling something where it warned me that maybe I don't want to sell this.
Yeah.
So I didn't sell it. I have 2 of them now, I think, 2 or 3 of them.
It's been a little bit nicer on Dragon Quest 1, but yeah, most of the time it was really hard to find something that would refill your MP in those games. Like if you found it, it was pretty rare. So, hold on to that stuff. It's not like the ether or whatever you could just buy in Final Fantasy.
Oh, right.
Like
No.
you can't buy it anywhere. You have to find it in dungeons.
Yeah, it's like magic water or something like that.
But the prayer ring you can use multiple times, but that brings your MP back too. And you
But they're-
use it until it breaks.
They're pretty nice with the Chimera wing or whatever it's called that you fly around with, and you can go wherever you want with it pretty much once you've been there. But
Yeah.
I finally got Zoom. One of my guys finally got Zoom, so that's really cool because you can just open the map up and zoom without having to like go in and select the spell or whatever, which isn't that big of a deal, but it's really nice. It's like it makes it really quick to like leave a dungeon and go heal up if I need to.
Yeah,
And,
because it's on like a quick, like you can put it on your control pad or something, right? Where you can make it
Yeah.
like you can just do it without. Yeah, because you could do that on Dragon Quest 1 too. I think I heard, 8.4. One of the guys from 8.4 was talking about how they didn't like that because it made it easier now. Because now they don't charge MP anymore for zooming.
right,
And
I
where
noticed
it-
that as well.
Where it used to have MP to zoom, and also I do kind of miss back in the day when you couldn't zoom inside because it did like
You
a
just hit your
funny.
head, yeah.
It did like a funny animation where you'd hit the ceiling, because you fly up and there has to be nothing above you.
There was one time I was leaving a dungeon and I was like trying to zoom out of it and it wouldn't let me. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, maybe you can't out of this dungeon. And it took me a little bit to figure out, oh, it's because that character's dead. You can't use zoom on it.
Oh yeah. Oh, were you carrying the coffins around?
The
with you?
coffin back with
Yeah.
me, yeah.
Yeah. I said that was funny. It kind of makes evac like not important anymore though, because you have a spell that's evac that'll take you out of a dungeon, but now that you can just zoom anywhere, there's no point of evac even being there. I think it's
That's
just
true.
there for, I don't know, for people
Posterity.
to still just be there. But it's like you would never use it because you could just zoom from one place to another.
So, and then I also have, I'm trying to remember what the name of the spell is. One person has it, but it rarely works. And when it does work, it revives people with 1 hit point. But it's the only one I have, or it's called Zin or Zim or
Yeah.
Zin or something like that.
Yeah,
And
that's like the life spell.
that's the only life spell I have right now, but I'm still pretty excited that I have one.
It gets better. Like you can get higher levels
I
of
know.
it.
Eventually you get better life spells, but I have the very base one and it works. I can bring people back if I cast a spell multiple times on the field.
Yeah, it's Zing, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zing is like their life spell or whatever. But yeah, it won't
Anyway,
work
I just
100%
look
of the
forward
time.
to not having to go back to the towns and go to the churches all the time because that's one of the most tedious parts. But the game's still really hard, and I appreciate it though. Do I want to finish it by the end of the year? I don't know. I might though. I might get really into the story, but right now the story doesn't. It seems kind of second fiddle to just going from place to place.
Yeah, they just added a little bit more by just like having cutscenes around whatever the major items are that you collect.
Yeah.
Like that sort of thing, just to make it a little bit beefier. But as far as like an overarching story, I don't really remember what happens. And aside from like the stuff with your dad, and then later when they're like, "Oh, you're the hero."
Yeah. Yeah, no, I guess I haven't made that part yet, but it's pretty cool. It's a cool game. And I'm excited to have the Erdrick trilogy under my belt, finally, having finished it. Then I guess I can jump to 7 when it comes out.
In like a couple months in
I
February.
know.
It's
Very
right
soon.
around the corner. I saw they just put out previews for it. Like a lot of people got to play it hands on. So cool. I've heard seen positive reviews from it so far.
Other than that, though, this week, mostly just the same stuff I always play on UFO 50, mainly Pilot Quest. I decided, months ago that I wanted to fully upgrade every statue, and to do that, you can only upgrade a statue one time per time that you beat the game. So I keep beating it. And I think I've beat it 14 times. And I think I've beat it a total of 16 times to have everything fully upgraded. But there's really no reason for me to keep playing this game because I got my cherry in it. So I just, for whatever reason, it's a comfort food for me. And I just keep going back to it.
You just cleared 200 hours in the UFO 50.
Yeah,
so
I believe it.
you like that game a little bit.
I do like that game.
Just a tiny
That
bit.
was an extremely high value game.
Yeah, that's I don't know what $30 there for 200 hours. That's plenty to do there.
Good.
And then I did play the Dinkum demo. I didn't play very much of it, but I wanted to at least try it just because I was like, hey, it's an Australian Minecrafty Stardew Valley-ish kind of game. Kind of even like a little bit like Animal Crossing. It's like all those things kind of mushed together from what I
Has that
gather.
Minecraft sort of look to it, right?
Yeah.
Long.
And you've also got like I don't know if it's randomly generated, but there's a huge map that you're exploring. So it's not like, I don't know, it's more like because like in Stardew Valley, everything's very carefully curated where you're going, you don't have all these giant wide open areas you're wandering over. But this does have that. So I don't know. I played it for a little bit and I just started getting really overwhelmed with the systems because it's just a whole new set of systems to learn for another crafting game, another life sim, and I just don't have it in me right now. But it was just a demo, so that's good. But if you like those sorts of games, you might enjoy this demo, and I think you can get like 5 hours out of it. I've seen people on YouTube say that, so it's got a good chunk of gameplay in there.
Is it getting pretty well reviewed online, or
Yeah, I didn't
I
look.
don't
people seem to like it?
I didn't look any of the reviews for it.
I haven't either.
So I don't know.
I know there was a lot of hype for it. I think it was pretty popular on Steam when it was in early access or whatever. So if you like that kind of game, you'll like this demo. And it's Australian. So I'm pretty sure at some point there's kangaroos.
There better be.
That's it for me, though.
Speaking of demos, I said I was going to play and didn't. I still haven't played Octopath Zero. I thought about it. I thought about it a few times about playing it. I have it downloaded, but I didn't play it.
I tried playing that one game you recommended, John. It was like where you plan out your moves.
Oh yeah,
Force Strike.
Force
I
Strike.
couldn't wrap my brain around it.
Can you get into it?
Yeah.
Did
But
that
it
game?
seemed cool.
Did that game get delayed again?
Did it?
I thought I saw something online saying that it got knocked back, but I couldn't find the actual news of that, in the in the article or whatever. But it's like, how do you spell it? Just Force Strike.
FORE Strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to see if it ever came out or not. It's not even finding it on the.
It's supposed to be like Foresight, but Force Strike.
Yeah, FORE, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not even pulling up on the
Oh,
eShop.
interesting. Yeah, I know it's supposed to come out pretty soon.
I thoued it was
I guess
that.
maybe
Yeah, I thought it was
they
supposed to come
yanked
out this week or next week or maybe tomorrow. But
The demo still comes up though, doesn't it?
I was able to find it.
Nothing's coming up
You were,
on it
yeah.
at all right now.
Yeah, with $10, I'm gonna get that game at some point. That could be a nice little breezy type of game. I enjoyed it. I felt like it was like Sifu, but 2D. It had some interesting twists to it.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing up at all. I'm spelling it right.
It's kind of like choreographing your own little 2D martial arts movie. I thought that was a pretty cool part about it. For me this week, the only gaming I really did was Back in Tears, but again, I'm trying to not say too much about that because I talk a big game. I need to finish that game. The next thing that I did was really, well, first of all, I crossed 700 hours in that game. So
Wow.
yeah, 700 hours. And then what I was really stuck on this week was one of the side, not even a quest. It's just like one of the little games that you can do where on top of a hill, there's a Goron and he's got a big bell sitting there and he's challenging you to ring the bell as hard as you can. And it's almost like, imagine one of those like carnival machines where you got a bell up there and you hit the thing with the mallet to knock it up there and hit the bell, except for the only thing that's there is the bell. And however you can hit that thing, it's up to you. I'm not kidding. I've probably spent at least 5 hours just trying to ring the bell as hard as I can. And every time it goes gwong, and then the Goron says, wow, that was great. That was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. But I bet you could hit it harder. Like, stop. Come on. Just like give me the reward, whatever. And it's like one of the last things that I have to do on the Zelda Notes app. I think it's that and something else. There's one more. When you select the map, you can select different like categories of things that you have to complete. And I'm trying to complete all the side quests. It's just that those two things. There's that and there's one other thing. And I've tried all different combinations of machinery. I've tried like catapults. I've tried, that carnival hit it with the mallet thing. I've tried levers. I've tried just straight up shooting it with a rocket. I can't. I don't know what he wants me to do.
Maybe you need to go grab one of those, like, because there's some special Zonai devices you can only get in certain temples or whatever, and then you can copy them and where then you can make something out of them and then do it later with the auto build.
Yeah, maybe get all the Yiga schemes, whatever those things, schema tablets, whatever.
I just know there's some really rapidly rotating things in the dungeons that people use as propellers and stuff on machines, like in the outer world. So like maybe something like that with this crazy, maybe it would have like the crazy force you needed to smack something.
That's a good thought. Yeah, I could look through the Yiga schemes and see what would have the most power. Yeah, I don't know. I tried just straight up having like 5 boulders sit underneath the thing and then strap like 10 rockets to the 5 boulders and shoot it straight up. That didn't do it. I don't know. I was pulling out whatever hair I've got left trying to figure this out. So I kind of finally just walked away and did some other stuff. Yeah, that was the thing that I was really stuck on this week.
You should mention just about your premonition about Red Dead Redemption, just in case you're not here for when you can fill in more on your nickname or whatever you said earlier.
Yeah, so last week I said I played Red Dead Redemption, just kind of out of the blue. I was inspired by listening to that interview that I heard with Dan Houser, and I was like, well, let me play some Red Dead. Cool. So I played that for a bit, and then come to find out this week, it was announced that Red Dead is getting upgraded for Switch 2. And when I saw that news, I got so excited because I just read it real fast. I saw Red Dead 2, and it's not Red Dead 2, it's Red Dead 1.
For Switch 2. But for free, at least, if you already have it.
It's a free upgrade. So, yeah.
Upgrade it for free. It's kind of weird. I mean, it's a PlayStation 3 game. I didn't really feel like it needed a Switch 2 version, I guess. I mean, I guess you can just give it higher frame rate or whatever, but I mean, it's an old game. It'll run fine on Switch 1, I
mean, I think they're, with the re-releases of the GTA games, I think they're probably just being mindful and going back to their old catalog and also seeing, like, what kind of things do we have kicking around that can bring some money in while we complete GTA 6, which is taking forever,
Yeah.
So that seems like a pretty easy brush up. Me knowing nothing about games and remastering games and all that, whatever. It's like, yeah, dust up old PS3 game, fix it up, make it look good, resell it. And they're selling that game for $50, and I bought it. A lot of other people are going to buy it too. So and I think it's a $50 game still.
I wonder if people are going to be confused and think it's Red Dead 2 when they buy it.
I think a lot of people will.
Yeah, it's coming out December 2nd, the Switch 2 version is. So it's it's pretty close. It's like a couple weeks away. Also, for some reason, Four Strike is gone from the eShop. It's really
Just
weird.
gone, huh?
Completely gone.
is
Can't download the demo.
Struck.
Can't even see it. I tried searching it online. I went to like Jeremy's account and clicked on that you played it. It shows that you played it, and it says, "Do you want to see it on the eShop?" And you go to the eShop, and the eShop says it's not there. So it's gone. It completely
Well,
disappeared from the internet. Weird. It's weird. I don't know.
Oh,
So
well, hopefully it goes all right and they're able to get it out there.
yeah, it
I'm
doesn't.
looking forward to it.
You can't even get the demo. Yeah, if you go there, it says software unavailable.
Now you wish you'd played the demo.
Yeah, now I don't have it. Now I can't even play it at all. Yeah,
You want it even more.
I didn't download it.
So besides video games, I went to see The Running Man last night. I liked it.
Did you ever see the Schwarzenegger one?
I never
the
saw
original
that one.
So I've seen that one a few times, and I was planning on listening to the audiobook because I listened to the audiobook of The Long Walk like over a couple days because it's not very long.
Okay.
Like the Richard Bachman stuff is a lot shorter than the Stephen King stuff, which is good. So I was
Okay, was The Running Man a Richard Bachman?
Yeah, they
pseudonym?
both are. They're both Bachman books.
Okay.
Wait, the slow walk and the running man are
The Long Walk and The Running Man, are both.
Yeah,
Are
and
both
they're the two
Stephen?
concurrent Stephen King movies. That
Yeah,
came
his
out
only.
within, like two months of each other.
Yeah, he had a pseudonym, Richard Bachman, which Richard Bachman died of cancer of the pseudonym. He's actually dead in Stephen King lore. But
it's a pseudonym. I don't know.
But apparently Richard Bachman's wife found a big box of unreleased Richard Bachman books. So when you see new Richard Bachman stuff, that's where it's from. When I was listening to the audiobook of The Long Walk, like Stephen King gives this whole introduction about Richard Bachman and all that.
The Long Walk, Running Man, Stand By Me. Lots of.
Yeah.
If you've
Got it
ever
all covered.
what was it? I don't think Stand By Me was a Bachman book. I think that was a Stephen King thing. But if you've ever watched The Dark Half, the movie The Dark Half, or read the book The Dark Half, that's about his alter ego. Where because it's about a writer who has two halves, and one half, has like a pseudonym, but his pseudonym comes to life and becomes this murderous person or whatever.
It's the Chris Gaines of horror.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I always dug that movie. I thought it was cool, but yeah, that's basically what that was.
Yeah,
all about.
I like this new Running Man. It was a fun movie. I went to see it with my parents. They both really enjoyed it. I think they liked it even more than I did, actually. By the end of the movie, it was just kind of like, my mom goes, "Wow, that was exhausting." Like it was pretty thrilling. It was a fast-paced action movie. Kind of didn't let up.
At least she wasn't running
also,
too.
Yeah,
I saw those. I saw those. Actually, well, I didn't see it. I heard about it. Just told me about that they were doing like people like walking on treadmills and watching The Long Walk.
That's
and
hilarious.
I was like, that's scary because if you know the story of The Long Walk, you get shot when you don't walk fast enough. So I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to be in that situation, just waiting for somebody to be like, warning, walk faster. Yeah.
They throw milk duds at you.
They fucking kill you. They kill you for not walking fast enough.
it's like a good fun type of movie. Like it's futuristic, dystopian, and all that, but it has like a real sense of humor about it because it's Edgar Wright and all that. He did a great job. I heard it did not do well this weekend. It only made like 10 million or whatever. So it's another.
I didn't know it was out yet. Well, I guess I wasn't really paying attention. I think IGN gave it like a 7 or something like that, but I don't really pay attention to their reviews.
Yeah, I think out of a 10, I'd do like an 8 or a 9. Yeah, I had a good time with it. So go see it while it's still around.
I like the dude. I like Glenn Powell.
He was good too.
I
I've never seen anything with him in it, and I thought he was.
I'm surprised he's in like everything.
He's very
now.
charismatic. Yeah, he was funny, and he brought a lot of intensity to it, which that's kind of like a staple of the character in the movie, as they set out like from the very beginning. Like his rage is kind of uncontrollable, and that's what, if you see the commercials, that's what sort of helps him.
Is Sub-Zero still in there?
Sub-Zero? Who's that? What do you mean?
Well, there was a character named Sub-Zero in like the Arnold Schwarzenegger one or something like that.
No.
So like he made
Freeze.
he made like a joke about him in the movie, but then later when Arnold Schwarzenegger was a character in Mortal Kombat, like as the Terminator, they used that same line from The Running Man towards the Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat, and I thought that was a really cool callback. But I guess there's nobody.
Schwarzenegger's in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, he's
Terminator
because they did DLC where they brought in the Terminator.
Oh, okay. Now I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Not one of the movies.
No, fuck the movies. We're talking about the games, the ones that are important. No, they brought in all these weird characters because they have it's like Rambo's in there and like RoboCop's in there and Terminator's in there, and of course if you bring Arnold Schwarzenegger, if you bring Arnold Schwarzenegger in there and he has a line about Sub-Zero from movie The Running Man, you have to bring it into the game in some way, and they did. It whenever they fight each other.
Dickhead.
He says I forget what he says. It's something like Sub-Zero, more like Sub Nothing or whatever. It's the line. It's a direct line from the Running Man movie, which I've seen a few times. I think it's on like Peacock or Paramount or something. It's on one of the streaming services. I was hoping to watch it again.
Well, and I thought it was funny because at the movie I got a free poster, which this is like the day after we did our recording where I talked about Scott Pilgrim and all the free posters that I got. So just right after that, I got another free Edgar Wright poster. So that was it. Yeah.
Throw it on the pile.
Throw it on the pile. Yeah.
Yeah. I figured I'd watch it whenever it shows up on a streaming service.
Yeah, it's well worth it. It's a good Saturday night type of movie.
Oh, he says,
it's fun.
He says Sub-Zero, now Plane Zero. That's the line. That's the line from the 87 Running Man. But they brought it into the Mortal Kombat. I think it was Mortal Kombat 11 that he was in. Yeah, it wasn't 1, but. So he says that line whenever you play against Sub-Zero as the Terminator. So fun. I love a good callback like that. So
me too.
Well, that's it for me.
Anyway, all right, yeah. Let's take a break and then we'll come back and talk about the Game Awards and whatever news is left after that.
Hey, you.
It's me, Mario.
Yeah, you. Subscribe to our Patreon to hear our bonus shows, which happen every month.
I'm tired.
Tired of all the big corporate podcasts spoon-feeding you the same old video game news on every single show?
Spaghetti. Ravioli.
Then expand!
With NintenDomain Expansion Pack.
It's us talking about old games that were important to us. It's us interviewing people that we meet at conventions. And heck, it's live shows from those same conventions. It's basically everything you could want that NintenDomain ever made.
Here we go! And it's just $1 a month.
That's less than a bad indie on the eShop.
It's $12 a year, which is less than Nintendo Switch Online.
Thank you so much for subscribing to our Patreon and supporting NintenDomain.
Just go to patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast and, hey, Mario, let go.
Whoa!
Whoa! He's throwing us back to the show.
So long, Bowser.
Patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast.
Game over.
All right, we're back from the break. The Game Awards nominees have been announced. I've seen some funny stuff on Twitter. Maybe not funny, but a lot of people talking shit against the Game Awards and saying that they're anti-Japanese developers and anti-Japanese games because there are a large amount of great Japanese games that were not nominated.
Yeah.
One of them specifically, Trails in the Sky First Chapter. I've seen a lot of people being angry about that because most of my feed from Twitter, as I said before, is Trails in the Sky sickos, which I think is funny and cool. So whatever. But yeah, I saw people like listing multiple games that should have got recognition. Which they normally don't. I mean, it's the Game Awards. Like, I don't really take any of it seriously. It's just it's just another thing to talk about for the show, I guess.
Sure. Well, it seems like to me, I was looking at their site today, and their nomination process is kind of interesting in that it relies heavily on fan interaction, fan voting, whatever. And one of the sections in their Q&A is, why do we, it was something along the lines of like, why do we do this thing where we have fan voting and a committee voting, like traditional committee voting, the way that, say, the Academy Awards does, right? Where they have the esteemed group of, the Academy, the couple thousand Academy members vote on the stuff. Well, I think it's cool that they have people it's weighted by people who are like into industry and know their craft and all that, but it also allows the fans to have input. And I wonder what would happen if maybe everybody be a little more satisfied if like the fans were also in on the nomination process.
Yeah.
Where, hey, let's open it up. So rather than start opening up the voting, now what is it? November 20th. Maybe start the process in, say, August. Like, hey, what are the games you were interested in this year? What did you really like? Write in anything. It'd be a tough process to do.
August still seems too early, and also it sucks that
they're
they're cutting out like completely like any December game, or like not that they'd make it in there, but cutting out like Kirby Air Riders and Metroid Prime 4 and
I'm just trying to say, like,
and all this other stuff.
If you're allowing people to have a say in the nominations, the options that are on the list, you got to open it up reasonably earlier. So, okay, October or September, maybe, right? Just start the conversation among the fans just to get a feel so that they could realize, hey, there's a lot of people who like these Trails games that came out. We should throw those on the list just as an option,
Yeah, or at least let you do a write-in or something. Like as far as I know, you can't write anything in, or I don't know. I voted on everything, even though I've not played a lot of these games. There's only like a couple games that I've played in here, and I thought that I played a lot of games this year.
Yeah,
but I don't play. I don't play the games that they like. Yeah. I don't know. Sure, there's some games in here that we like, but
sure,
we could just go. We could just go down the line quickly. Game of the year. Those Game of the Year ones. Donkey Kong Bonanza's in there. We all played that game.
Yep, I voted for that one.
Me too. Hades 2.
I voted for that one too.
Jeremy played that game. Death Stranding 2, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, Hollow Knight Silksong, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. You see a lot of Clair Obscur and Hades 2 and Silksong are the ones that I see a lot of recurring stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like best game direction is pretty much the same thing again, plus Ghost of Yotei and Split Fiction, which I saw people said that there wasn't enough Split Fiction. I think it only got nominated a couple times, but
it's for multiplayer or something.
It was in for best family too. Best family game.
Best game direction, which I don't really understand how best game direction and best narrative is different. It's like, why do we need two different things for that? But I don't know. Best narrative, it's like Clair Obscur, Death Stranding, Ghost of Yotei, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Silent Hill F. Maybe I should have voted for that one. I voted for Clair Obscur, I guess. Like I said, I really don't know. I really didn't play these, so. Best art direction, kind of the same things again. Clair Obscur, Death Stranding, Ghost of Yotei, Hades 2, Silksong. What for Hades 2?
I always vote for Hades too.
Yeah. Pretty much for everything on out. Best score in music, Silk Song, Hades 2, Lorien Test Start. Oh no, that's the person who wrote it. It's like, what's that game? Clair Obscur, Ghost of Yotei, Death Stranding 2. I went for Darren Korb because we talked about him on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So, best audio design, Battlefield 6. It's like the only one that's on. Clair Obscur, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Silent Hill F. I think I went for Clair Obscur. Best performance. It would be funny if Charlie Cox got it, because I don't know if you read where he said that he only spent like 3 hours doing it or something like that. It was like,
Yeah.
he's like, I don't know why I don't know why everybody's complimenting my performance. I was barely there. Yeah. I remember him saying that. He's like, I think I was only there for a couple hours. But it's basically like 3 people from Clair Obscur and 1 person from Ghost of Yotei. Right. Or I guess there's Indiana.
Yeah.
I guess I missed Troy Baker at the bottom here. And Kanatsu Kato for Silent Hill. I missed them completely. I thought it was just, I was like, wow, there's a lot of Clair Obscur stuff going on here. So, yeah. Ben Starr, Charlie Cox, Erica Ishii, Jennifer English. I only know Ben Starr and Charlie Cox. Well, and Troy Baker. Over there. Innovation and accessibility, Assassin's Creed Shadows. That game is on the eShop now for December, by the way. Can't pre-order it.
I thought that was a cool category.
You
like,
can wishlist it.
Was that category there last year? I don't remember.
I think it's been there for a couple of years.
Has it? Yeah.
At least.
Still, kudos to them. Good job.
Innovations and accessibility, yeah. I voted for Doom: The Dark Ages just because I want to play that game someday. And I don't know the accessibility of these games. But, I mean, Doom is cool. So, I went for that one. EA Sports. I heard South of Midnight was cool. Games for Impact. I never really. It's like best narrative or Games for Impact are always seem like the indie ones.
But they're indies that I haven't played.
Yeah.
They say specifically it's with the games with a positive social message. So another cool idea. Like that category. Didn't know any of the games.
So one was Annapurna, which they usually have good stuff, so I voted for that one.
For which one?
Annapurna. Well, they're the.
What,
I can't remember what game it was.
Wander Stop?
I think so. The one at the bottom.
Yeah. Wander Stop, South of Midnight, Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, Despelote, Consume Me. I don't know any of those.
Despelote is on the Switch.
Is it?
I did hear about that one. Yeah, it's like
I never heard of it.
A game about soccer or something, like, or soccer features in the game somehow.
I didn't find it. The only thing it found was No More Heroes 2 Desperate Struggle. When I looked for Despelote. I was going to say, I've heard of most of the games on Switch. So maybe it was going to come out later. Let's see. Best ongoing, Final Fantasy XIV, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, Marvel Rivals, No Man's Sky. I guess I would for Fortnite because it's the only one I play in here. I could vote for No Man's Sky because none of us play that game.
I played for 10 minutes. I could have voted for it, but I did not because I don't understand it.
I guess I do actually own it, though.
Played it longer than I did. Best community support, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy XIV, Fortnite, Helldivers, No Man's Sky, kind of the same thing. Independent game. I went for Ball Pit, just because. I guess Blueprints is in there too. Which one did you go for, Jeremy?
I picked
you played the
Blueprints.
most in here.
I picked Blueprints.
So it's a Absalom. Absalom is like the beat 'em up roguelite game that's supposed to be real good. Ball X Pit, Blueprints, Clair Obscur, Hades 2, Hollow Knight. I mean, Jeremy's played the most in here because you got Blueprints, Ball Pit, and Hades, and Silk Song.
Yeah. And so
You played almost all of them.
but some have said I'm kind of an indie guy.
You cool.
You went. Where did you go? What did you go for though?
I
know
picked
you
Blueprints.
said- Okay, yeah, I figured you do. You do Blueprints.
It's the only thing that was just completely different than the others. Like as far as like being completely new.
Yeah, I'd still like to see that on a console that we own. Yeah, debut indie game, Blueprints again, Clair Obscur,
Yeah, I voted for
Despelote,
it.
Dispatch. I think there was something that was pulled from there that I heard because they're like we aren't actually a
Somebody
indie
dropped out.
game. Yeah, right. I just saw that. I don't remember what it was called, but somebody dropped out because they said this isn't actually a debut game. Mobile games, Didn't play any of those. Destiny, Persona, Sonic, Uma Musume, Wuthering Waves. I just went for Sonic just because I like Sonic. VR AR. So this is where I ended up getting banned from the Game Awards for about 10 minutes. I was just like, I was just editing the podcast and just kind of just, looking around and I was like voted for a few things. And then I got to the VR AR, and I voted for the Midnight Walk because I thought the cover looked the coolest out of all the things here. And I got banned.
Game Awards knows. You've never played that game.
Yeah. I thought
know.
I mean, in my headcanon, I was hoping that it was a made up game and it wasn't real, and they just put it there for like anybody who voted for it like automatically gets kicked off. Like it's a decoy game. Like it's not real. It's like, obviously you didn't play that, you can't vote, so you've been banned. It's just funny. It's like, yeah, you're banned from the Game Awards now because of your malicious something. I'm like, I'm just voting. Yeah, I don't know what you think I'm doing here. I'm just clicking.
He banned you live himself manually.
I'm just clicking on things, and I put it.
And the game penalties.
I posted it on Twitter just to be like, oh, they must be kicking you off for not voting for the right games, eh? See if anybody would say anything about that.
You still just play your Virtual Boy.
But no, I got kicked off of that one, and then I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And then I just waited like 10 minutes, and then I came back, and then I was able to get on the website again. I was like, this is gonna hurt our recording, our talking about these announcements if I'm banned. I guess I would have tried to just get on there in a different Internet Explorer or something. Get on Google Chrome or something and see if I can get on through that. That's what I would have done.
There's only one thing on here that I'm like, man, I wish I'd play that this year. But it's not on Switch.
On the VR?
No, just in general on this whole list. It's the Clair Obscur.
Yeah.
I want to try it.
Best action game, Battlefield, Doom, Hades, Ninja Gaiden 4, Shinobi. I went for Doom just because that's the one I want to play the most.
I almost voted for that Shinobi because I tried the demo and it was okay, but I don't know if I was like really that into it.
Did you vote for one?
I did not vote for it. Nope.
Yeah. What is it, like action and action adventure? I'm always confused about this. Best action game and best action adventure game. Shouldn't they just call it adventure game instead of having action in two categories? It's confusing.
Well, adventure gives like story elements, maybe more. I don't know, because Hades has story elements. So I have no idea. Hades
isn't on here though. But Death Stranding and Yote and Hollow Knight and Indiana Jones and Split Fiction, they're there. Best RPG. This is the one that everybody seems to be kind of mad about. I mean, Clair Obscur is great, whatever. But it's like there's a lot of mostly JRPGs. There are like no JRPGs on here. I mean, there's Clair Obscur, which is a non-Japanese company trying to make a JRPG. We have that, and we have Monster Hunter Wilds, which is not even an RPG. I don't know why they keep putting Monster Hunter in the RPG category. It's not an RPG. Sorry, you do not belong in this category.
It has a lot of RPG elements,
but it's not an RPG. You don't upgrade though. You get new items. Like you don't even level up. That was my number one rule of RPGs. You have to get experience points and level up, and you do not do that in Monster Hunter. So it does not count.
Your armor levels up.
Well, you buy different armor. You get new armor. Doesn't count for me. But yeah, we got Avowed, Kingdom Come 2, Outer Worlds 2. I forgot that even came out. Best fighting game. This is the one I played the most of. and by the most of, I mean 2. I played 2 games in here. 2XKO. I wasn't sure if that was fully out or not because I kept hearing all this pre-stuff for it. Capcom Fighting Collection 2. Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, the game that's been on my bingo card for like every Switch 2 Direct. Hoping that it would come to Switch 2, and it never did. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, I have that. And Virtua Fighter 5 Revo World Stage, which is supposed to still come out on Switch, but still has not. But I went for Capcom Fighting Collection 2.
Of course.
I mean, I like the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, but I think the games in the Fighting Collection 2 are better in Capcom's.
I played that game because you kindly let me borrow it on the Switch, whatever you call it, the game share.
Oh no, I didn't lend you that one. I lent you the Marvel collection or the Marvel Versus collection. This
is a different one. I got it mixed up, so I did not play this one.
That one came out last year, so that was not this year. We did play. We played it briefly at your apartment.
Okay,
I showed it to you. because we marveled at how beautiful the sprites are in Capcom vs. SNK 1. The
I could have voted.
Yeah, the one where you play in front of the arcade. You still can. You still can go in there and click on.
Yeah, that's all right. I would want to vote for the Mortal Kombat one just because I like what Digital Eclipse is doing. I think they should. I want to support that. Like every time they put out something like that. But yeah, I did not play that game yet. I intend to. I want to.
Most confusing. Still a confusing category. The best family one, which most of the time means like Nintendo games. But there's some Lego games in there. But all the games on here, of course, are on Nintendo. So.
Are there 2 Lego games in there? Did I see that?
There's
correctly?
2, yeah. There's Lego Party and Lego Voyagers.
Interesting. I mean, it's obviously Bonanza.
Yeah, Bonanza, Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing, Split Fiction.
Yeah, it's a Bonanza, even though Mario Kart World has a more multiplayer element to it.
I wasn't aware that Split Fiction was like a family game. I thought it had I thought it was like a PG-13 or something.
Yeah, I didn't really think it was I'm always confused by this category. I always thought it meant like multiplayer. It's kind of what it seems like, but Donkey Kong Bonanza doesn't really have multiplayer. I mean, it does, but it doesn't.
It's kind of nebulous. I think it just means games.
It's family friendly.
Game that you would play with your kids. Yeah,
I guess.
Unless you don't like people that see all them butts.
I always felt like it's the Nintendo category. It's like here's where the stuff that's on Nintendo is. Or from.
Yeah, but there's full nudity in Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Yeah, but it's apes. It's fine.
You can be without clothes.
Birthday suit.
Strategy, Sim Strategy, the games I don't play. Final Fantasy Tactics, Jurassic World Evolution 3, Sid Meier's Civilization 7, Tempest Rising, The Alters, 2 Point Museum.
How is Jurassic World Evolutions 3? Like, what the fuck is it even?
I've never even heard of it.
How is that
like,
being nominated for a Game of the Year?
What category did you say?
So the Sim games.
Sim? Oh.
Sim strategy. Even
I haven't even heard of the first ones.
No, I do think there's quite a few strategy games that came out that aren't on here. But whatever. I don't know. I heard that museum game's cool. So I voted for that one.
2 Point?
Yeah. Best racing games. Best sports/racing games. We didn't even have enough racing games to have a full racing game category. We need a racing and sports category. And this is where I voted for the true greatest racing game of the year, and that is Sonic Racing Cross Worlds.
So I went on the opposite side, and I voted for Mario Kart. I recognize that there are criticisms of that game, but I did just play it again last week, and I find myself still enjoying it despite the criticisms. Yeah, the open world thing is pretty barren, but in fits and starts playing the open world, I think it's still fun.
Those challenges are pretty fun.
Yeah, I like I do like having the open world design. I think it's cool if a little underutilized, and it's very colorful, and it's still got Nintendo charm and the Nintendo polish on it. So plus that soundtrack is great. Yep.
I mean, it'll probably get it just because.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Sifu creators rematch game is on there, which people see
rematch.
Really like.
Oh, I forgot that they even did that. Yeah,
a soccer game.
Yeah, it's a soccer game.
I want to try that.
I mean, as far as a game that people don't completely abandon and keep adding stuff to every month, Sonic Racing Crossroads is much better. Whereas we've heard nothing of Mario Kart World, and Sonic Racing Crossroads will have a new thing every month for the next year. So I mean, they actually care. And it's $20 less. We never got the explanation for this $80 price tag for this. I went for Sonic because there's things I actually want to do in that game. Where Mario Kart World, I'm pretty much done with it. Until they come out with something else. I mean, we got all the characters, we got all the shit. At least I know there's new things coming to Sonic. There's new characters, new levels even coming. They left us out to drown to death in the rain. It's what Nintendo did with that.
Out in the open world.
Yeah, out in the open world with our barren challenges. Multiplayer, which I thought was the family one, but whatever. Arc Raiders, Battlefield, Elden Ring, Night Rain, Peak, Split Fiction. This is the one
for Night Rain just because I know what that is.
I did see a lot of people getting pissed about the best adaptation because didn't Sonic 3 come out this year?
No,
Or
that was
it
last year.
But I think it came out after the time that
Oh,
was
did it?
that was when they cut off. Like it should have still been nominated.
Well, if it was in the window, then I would have gone with that because I liked that movie. But I didn't see anything of this list, so
Yeah,
didn't vote for anything.
I saw people pissed about it.
Watch
Actually,
Minecraft.
yeah, I watched Minecraft with the sound off. Actually, Jess and I watched Until Dawn, and it was pretty good. And I didn't even know that it was a video game movie until until it showed like brought to you by Sega or brought to you by Sony PlayStation. Because we were just watching it because it was a good horror movie because it was just rated as a decent horror movie.
Like, wait, why?
But I didn't know what it was, and I was like, yeah, it was a pretty good horror movie. Knowing absolutely nothing about the video game or even that it was a game, but I was like, Until Dawn, that sounds kind of familiar, and I was like, oh, it's a PlayStation game. Okay. I'm curious as to how the game works because if the game works like the movie, I could see that being really annoying, having to do the same situation over and over and over again and not being able to live each time. The movie's good though. It's on streaming. Watch it. But yeah, I mean, I saw people being mad about Sonic. Maybe, I mean, also they do this stupid thing where they do their like their nominations before the year is over, and I think that just gives them excuse to just count anything off. Yeah, it came out December 20th, which would have been after it aired, and they claim that you can add it if it's too late or whatever, but they don't fucking care. They just want to nominate all this other garbage. But I went for Until Dawn because that's probably the one I like the best, I guess. Even though I think Minecraft was probably good if I had the sound on, but
And did you watch Last of Us season 2?
No, I did not. Did you? A lot of people
I did.
didn't like
I did.
it.
It was. I actually, when I voted for Minecraft, I hadn't noticed it on here because I might have voted for it, but only because it was something to look forward to every week, even though it wasn't as good as the first season.
Well, my plan was that I wasn't going to watch season 2 until I beat the game, Last of Us 2, which I have because I bought it for like $8 on PS4 because it was on sale when Last of Us season 1 was popular.
You don't play your PS4.
I don't, but I was planning on playing that one someday. But Jess found out about the spoilers about what happened in season 2, and they didn't want to watch. Right. They didn't want to watch the show anymore. So I can I can forever just not watch it. I guess they're just wait till whenever I play whenever I play part 2, which I do want to play the game, even though it sounds very torturous from what I've heard. Like people don't really have fun with that game. I guess people didn't have fun with 1 either. Because it's incredibly depressing and all that, but
yeah,
whatever. But yeah, that's probably it, right? It's just going to be, or no, I think that Grand Theft Auto 6 only delayed it just so they could win the fucking most anticipated game.
Anticipated, yeah.
And they're going to delay it again next year so they can win next year again, and then again and again.
So it's all about just winning the awards.
Yeah, I'm sure they care more. I'm just kind of tired of them winning because I don't care. I'm not anticipating that game. I
picked that for sure.
Well,
I was
obvious, we know that.
I wanted to see. I also wanted to vote for the 007 game because I'm really anticipating that one, and I think
and that game will actually come out.
In my world, that's like the underdog. I want to see the Hitman team, which sort of scraped their way up. They almost went out of business before the World of Assassination game was released. They were like months away, and that's why they had to release it episodically, and like now they scraped their way up to having the Bond license, and there's a lot of buzz behind the game too. So I was like, I really want to vote for them, but I'm being honest with myself.
And that game will actually
come out. If I
pick
one game, it'll be GTA. Yeah.
But the 007 one will actually come out next year. Yep. I'm just saying it will actually. Yep. You can actually bet that one will come out, whereas the other one might not. I mean, I went for Resident Evil Requiem because that's the one that I care for the most out of this list. And we haven't mentioned it. We keep forgetting to do it, but they finally put up the price for like the 3-pack for Resident Evil Requiem, and it's only $10 each for the extra 2 games. So I'm willing to drop $90 on it because Requiem $70, and if you buy it with 7 and 8, it's $90. So that's $10 a game, which is a fucking steal for 7 and 8. Like those games are great. Well, I haven't played 7, but I really, really wanted to. But I loved 8. Like, Village was really good. So, I don't know if they're going to sell them for like 20 each or something like that. But yeah, $90 for 3 games doesn't sound that bad. Even though I'm sure it's going to be like 300 gigs to download.
Yeah.
Or something ridiculous like that because they're native and not on the cloud or whatever.
So I think the rest of the categories were like best esports person or whatever.
Yeah,
the stuff we don't care about.
I don't know
right?
any of those people, so
Yeah.
we could skip over.
Sure.
That stuff. I was really like, I mean, it's always a chore to watch this. I try to just because, but this year I was like, you know what, I could just not watch this. But also the only thing I care about is just because the Switch 2 is new, and there's a lot of in this game, and this is pretty much like a 4-hour long game commercial. I'd be interested to see how many stuff we see that's actually coming to Switch 2. Like, that's my...
Right. How many debuts and surprises, whatever. Yeah, sure.
Like another state of play.
Well, most of the time they're all like third-person shooters that don't come to Nintendo at all. But, I mean, I'm just curious to see the how much stuff we're actually getting to Switch 2 now that we have a new system that just came out this year.
I'll watch the recap when it's all over.
But aside from that, I don't care. I mean, it's we watched it in the background last year, or we watched it on like silent to the side, and I think I even got bored with it then, even with not even watching it. So, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it gets more annoying every year. We're just kind of like, it's just something to talk about and just talk about how stupid it is and how annoying Jeff Keighley is and blah blah blah. And how I would think I thought it'd be interesting to look at all the games that were announced last year and see how many of them have not come out still. It's probably
That
like
could be cool.
80% of them, but that would mean I would have to go back and watch the Game Awards again, which I really don't want to do. So I did not do that because that would have, I guess I could have put it on while I was editing, but there wasn't enough care for that. So whatever.
Maybe somebody wrote a list out somewhere.
Probably, but I don't want to search for that either. That would take too much effort. But yeah, there's that.
I'll see everybody next week.
All right, John's leaving
Later.
early. See you later.
Later.
So, whatever news do we have left here?
News. Don't snooze or you miss the news.
As far as games coming out, we have Kirby Air Riders is out as of right now.
Yeah,
Because
it's
midnight.
out.
It's got a 78%. It's got 78% on Metacritic. I mean, I'm holding off on it because it's $70 and it's and Metroid Prime 4 is really close. It's like a few hours. It's like a few weeks away. So I will just wait. I'll just wait for that. But people seem to like it. IGN gave it an 8 out of 10. I think it got an 8 out of 10 on Nintendo Life. It's still just, I don't know.
It's not something that I feel I have room in my wallet for right now.
Yeah, that's for sure. If it was more like, if it was 60 or 50 even, then I'd consider it. But even like, it's the worst time of the year where it's all like holidays and I'm out of money. So it's time to only get one more. I'll probably only get Metroid Prime 4 as far as any, and like the upgrade for Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. That'll be like it. This Indica game I've always been interested in. It just because it has a really wild looking cover. It shows like this lady who's like a nun and she has all these people screaming at her like on the cover of the game. And I watched the trailer of it last night and it just seems weird enough that it might be cool because it's like Indica. What is it? It's a roguelike and it shows like this like 8-bit art, this 8-bit indie looking thing, and it's like and it's funny and it's like a survival horror and it's all this other things. Like the trailer of it is pretty funny. Like I guess it says Indica is a third-person story-driven game set in a strange world where religious visions clash with harsh reality. It tells the story of a young nun who sets off on a journey of self-discovery with the most unusual horn-headed companion by her side. The devil? I don't know.
Must be.
But it's like $25, and it's just one of those things that seems weird enough to be weird. I guess Nintendo Life didn't like it. They gave it a 4 out of 10.
Maybe it's just a bad port.
Yeah, that could be. It says, I don't know. It just seemed like, it seemed like a weird-ass game. And weird-ass games are what we're into.
It's true.
Xanadu, the regular PC-88 Xanadu is coming out. It's probably all in Japanese. I was trying to find Because I saw like some English on there, but I don't know. I got burned once with Ease 1 from these games, so I'm not really, or this is the MSX version, so I don't know if that means it's translated or not, but I'm kind of curious in these because Dragon Slayer eventually became Trails in the Sky or Legend of Heroes or whatever, so this is like the beginning of these. So I'm kind of interested in that, but they were supposed to get re-released at some point and fully localized, so I'll wait for that. But $650 isn't a bad price. What else were we getting? Oh yeah, Tomb Raider. There was a Tomb Raider Definitive Edition like kind of jumped out of nowhere yesterday. It got a surprise drop on Switch and Switch 2. I mean, this is the PS3 game, which I played. Yeah. You played those, right?
I think I played it on the 360.
Yeah. I really liked it. I remember it was on PlayStation Plus and I got it for free, I think. And I played through the first one. I think there's 3 of them, right? There's Shadow of Tomb Raider and another one. I don't remember what all the different names are.
I only played the first one.
But the first one was fun. This is like where they did like the more realistic, like overly mature, where like you could just see like Laura get a fucking tree branch stuck through her neck. There's some pretty graphic deaths in this game where it's like, oh my god, where you don't want to see it. But it was fun to play. It looks really smooth on Switch 2. It's 60 FPS. It's 30 on Switch 1. Apparently, it does okay. I watched a review of it last night. I guess the big thing that Switch Up was saying is that like it doesn't have like the hair movement that like the PlayStation 4 version had, where the hair isn't as good. I was like, okay, well, I would have never noticed that if you didn't point it out.
That's going to be a thing.
But it looks, the 60 FPS looks pretty good. And apparently the mouse mode is not great. Like it has mouse mode, but it's like the intensity is cranked up to like 100, so it's really hard to hit anything. Is what they were saying. And you can't change the sensitivity. Yeah, so they got to work on that, I guess. And the whatever the gyroscopic gaming is weird. But I mean, I really like that game. If you own any of the other Tomb Raider games, you get a discount. You get a $2 discount. So I could get it for $17.99 because I bought the Tomb Raider 1 through 3 collection or whatever. But for the same price, Squirrel with the Gun, I think is out now, right? As of the 18th. And that's for $17.99 on sale right now through December 2nd. And you can also get the free Pride Month DLC, which is just colorful outfits you can wear. I still don't really know anything about this game, but yeah, it's supposed to be weird, right? You like use a gun to jump around or something like that.
Yeah.
But I guess it's worth mentioning, just for coming out. And Demon School. Demon School was delayed like twice because of Silksong, or they said it wasn't because of Silksong, but it was supposed to come out the same week as Silksong. And they said they were just trying to tweak it. I mean, Demon School is a tactical RPG, so I tried to watch a review of it, but even like reviews of tactical RPGs, I can't make it through. I just can't. I don't understand these games. And even just a review, like I remember I tried to watch a review of Unicorn Overlord or whatever, and I never made it through even a review because I got pretty bored like about 2 minutes in. I'm like, I'm not going to play this game. So, yeah,
it's just not our.
I just can't. Yeah, I can't do it with the tactical. I mean, it's like Fire Emblem was about as close as I can get in those, just because they got the heavy story aspects and all that. But
I wish I could, because I really wanted to play Three Houses and enjoy it.
Yeah, I liked it, and it's still like, I don't know, it's one of those games I hope that I'll somehow find time to go back and beat. But I doubt
I do own it.
I doubt it. Maybe when the new Fire Emblem comes out, I might try to go back and get through it, but I probably won't. It's just, you may think you're going to get through these games, but you won't. And Hello Yoshi is on the Japanese eShop. That's like the same as the Mario one where you can stretch the face. I swore this game was already out, that had come out like a few weeks ago, but I could not find it anywhere. So maybe somebody just said it was coming out and I just thought it was already out. I don't care about these games. I mean, yeah, they're for kids, like actually for babies. So it's not really in my wheelhouse, but cool. There you go. And I hate those games that make you can't play it with a regular controller, so if you accidentally turn it on, you have to pull your Switch out of the dock to reset it because you can't play. Like I don't like those games at all. They drive me crazy. So there's that. Yeah, those are the releases. The Analog 3D is out now, or it's shipping soon, I guess. I guess people don't have it, but I did watch. I watched Seth Macy's review of it on IGN, and it's cool. It's $250. You probably won't find one anytime soon because I know it sold out really quickly once it came out. But there's like different settings you can do for each game. Like if you want to tweak like however you want to do it. And if you want to play your 64 games in 4K, you can with this for $250.
$250.
Which is maybe a lot, maybe not. I don't know. I mean, I have a HDMI cable that works with my 64, and I think that looks pretty cool. It's not 4K, and it's probably not even true 1080 or whatever, but it looks nice on my TV. So it's enough for me.
Yeah, all these analog products end up being like, I don't know, what are they, like the Apple of clone systems or something? Everybody like freaks out over them and orders them so far in advance, and then you hear people gush about them, and you feel a little like left out, but then you're like, it's just a Nintendo 64. I already have that.
Yeah,
it's just like it makes it.
It's just a nicer one. Like if
you
really like our friend who had like the N64 today, thing. Like maybe think like maybe they would want to get it.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't work with an EverDrive.
Oh no, it doesn't.
I saw that in a video, the Metal Jesus video. I watched some of that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
That's the very first thing he tried. He's like, people are going to want to know if it works. And I guess some versions of EverDrive do work, but they have to be like older ones.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you look at this Outbound game that's coming out? The only reason I think that it might intrigue you is it's a cozy game about van life.
I did not.
Silver Lining Interactive and developer Square Glade Games have just announced that Outbound, the cozy van life, cozy Vival adventure, previously confirmed for other platforms, is also coming to Nintendo Switch 2 sometime next year. Open world.
Yeah, this looks like it could be cool.
Open world exploration game set in a utopian near future. Start with an empty camper van and turn it into the home of your dreams. So, key features: source energy, build your moving base, grow, craft and automate, explore.
It doesn't say anything about hunting, so it's probably definitely just like a little lighthearted game.
Oh, like you don't think you have like a survival meter or anything like that?
Well, it says you can eat mushrooms and fruits and stuff, but it doesn't say anything about going out and hunting some deers.
Oh, maybe all the animals are dead in the future.
Yeah, that's true.
And you have to live off the land or whatever. I don't know.
Because they couldn't do it.
Yeah, possibly.
Anymore.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I might check it out.
I mean, I don't know anything. I don't know of any other like van life simulators. Oh, there's dogs. You can get dogs and cats. They're alive.
That's kind of cool.
But I don't know. Yeah, it's unique as in I haven't really seen any van games like that.
No, there's that game. What is it? Pacific Driver. I can't remember exactly what it's called. It came out last year, but it's a survival game where you're in a car and you're like fixing up your car and putting weapons on it and stuff. And it's kind of like it kind of sounds a little bit like that, but cozier.
Yeah, I don't know. I found this on the eShop last night, just when I was just looking around to put stuff on the outline and all that. But PGA Tour 2K25 is coming to Switch 2 next year. There was one that I got that was really cheap. Maybe it was 17 or something like that, because there's like only one other PGA Tour, I think.
Oh, really? So they don't make them every year?
I thought they only did one, because I got one that was on sale. I mean, it's like, how many do you need? It was 21. So PGA Tour 21 is the one that I got. I got on the cheap. I think it was on sale for like $7 or something like that.
Did you play it?
Yeah, I played it a little bit. I actually, funny thing, I tried playing it on Switch 2, like right after I got Switch 2, and there was like a glitch to where I was like stuck inside of the green, of like inside of the hole of the golf course. Like it was so weird. Like I was trying to drive, and the whole land it was like a valley, and I was like way down, and there was the golf course was all around my character, and I could not hit the ball anywhere. It was like the craziest golf glitch I've ever seen. And that happened when I tried playing it on the Switch 2. And I was like, oh, okay, I don't know what to do with this. So I turned it off and then deleted it. So maybe it was not compatible with Switch 2 at the time when I tried
It was
to
a
play
simulation of Arnold Palmer's last thoughts.
it. Yeah, it was like it was like the whole golf course is trying to eat you. Has like swallowed you, and you cannot. And I could not hit the ball anywhere. And I was like, all right, well, this obviously this is not working right now. But I mean, I don't know. I've always been kind of intrigued by these, and maybe it looks really nice on the Switch 2. Maybe, I don't know.
You do love golf games.
I do like golf games, yeah. I don't know if it'll be $70 or whatever. I mean, but they also go on sale a lot, so I could just get the cheaper one. Have you looked at any of the new Metroid Prime footage stuff? That all the previews seem to be out for various any companies that you follow. It feels like they've all played the first hour of Metroid Prime 4. Great.
Yeah, I've seen all that stuff, and I've watched some. Nintendo's released some newer videos that show stuff that was called out as being omitted by other people.
Are they?
Because it was. We didn't know about the. We didn't know about the. It was Logan.
Are you a Miles McKenzie stan? Like so many people online
are? I don't. Like, I remember, like, recently I booted up Metroid Prime 3 again. I mean, it was months ago, but just because I have it on the Wii U. And there were a lot of people talking in that one at the beginning. So, I mean, I guess it doesn't mean it's going to be a bad game. It's just, I don't know. It could be annoying, I guess.
I think it's just, I don't know. I think it's just going to be a part of it. Like, there's people talking in Metroid Prime 2 also at the beginning before they all get turned into zombies. Like, you do have, pre-story stuff with the Galactic Federation, even though they do all get attacked and become zombies later. But I don't know. I mean, it's okay if there's a little bit of story there. I'm not that worried about it. I don't know. I think it still looks really nice, like just looking at the footage of it. And I mean, they would have to do a lot for me to not get Metroid Prime 4. I've been waiting so long for it to come out that it's like, I don't know. There'd have to be a lot of bad. I mean, it'd have to be like directed by Trump himself or something like that for me to not want to get it anymore. They would have to do they'd have to do some weird shit. They'd have to turn it into, make the story about QAnon or something. I don't know, like have it produced by Saudi Arabia or something like that. Even though I guess it might sort of be with Nintendo.
If they own some of the stock.
Yeah, I don't know. It would take a lot for me to get off it. So I'm going to
play it. I'm excited about it, and I know I do have the remake that I barely played. Kind of fell off of that one pretty quick.
Oh, that remake!
I've never beat the first Metroid Prime or 2. I've only beaten 3.
You never beat 1?
No.
Oh man.
So it's like I do have a little bit of like worries that I'm not going to finish this one, but I did finish 3, so
yeah,
maybe I will because it's more modern. But also, if it's as hard as Dread and it's in 3D, oh my god, I don't know about that.
You did beat Dread though.
Yeah, but that was in 2D. I'm a lot more comfortable in that kind of environment.
Yeah. I mean, do you have any like do you want to go back and beat 1 since you have it on Switch?
I thought about it.
Or play it? I mean, or do you have any room for it on your memory card? Probably not.
I think I might still have it on my memory card because I wanted to play it. It's just I don't feel like I have time before it comes out. Because I got a lot of stuff I got to do between now and then.
You got like 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. I have to write an entire routine for my mustache competition.
Oh, the mustache competition. I forgot about that. Is that next Wednesday?
Well, no, it's the first week. It's December 1st.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember it was around November or something. Yeah, and you get your birthday too before that. But that's a couple weeks from now, right?
But I'm working on something kind of ambitious, so it's going to eat up some time.
Yeah, I mean, you guys always do some pretty elaborate costumes.
Mm-hmm.
So, got to do that.
But that's okay, because then when I'm done with that, I'll play Metroid Prime 4.
Like right after, right? Yeah, because it'll be a couple days after.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I was trying to say, is like there any like major news stuff I want to talk about? No, probably not. Aside from whatever we've said, I guess the main thing we could say is, did you look at any of the pictures of the Zelda movie, of the live action Zelda movie?
I saw those. Yeah. Looks cool.
of Link and Zelda sitting in some grass and wherever they are,
It's got
New
grass,
Zealand.
so it's definitely like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, they're definitely touching grass, so it's good that they filmed that. I don't know.
It looks cool. I mean, you know, we've never seen this in any kind of official capacity from Nintendo. Like, here's an actual film that we're making about this game. I don't know, it's kind of cool, I guess. I don't have super high hopes for it, but maybe it will be great.
I mean, you have HBO Max. I have HBO Max.
Mhm.
You could watch Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which was the movie that Wes Ball did.
Do I need to watch the other Apes movies?
Probably not. I don't know. I only watched the first one of those.
I've only ever
ones.
watched the old ones.
I've watched all of the old ones. I like the old ones, but I like the new one too, somewhat. I watched like the newest one, the newest remake, the first one. That's the only one I watched of the new ones. But if you wanted to watch the movie that he did before,
Did you watch this one yet?
Zelda, the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes?
Yeah.
No, but I can because it's on
We
HBO
should.
Max.
We should watch it at some point and then talk about it on the show.
We could. What is also on HBO Max, but has nothing to do with video games, but is fucking insane, and you should watch it. Eddington is on there now, Ari Aster's new movie, and I loved it. Eddington, Ari Aster, he's a guy who did Hereditary and Midsummer, and Beau is Afraid, which I've been back and forth on that movie, but I do think that's a good movie. I think it just should have been shorter.
I haven't seen any of these movies.
But Eddington is basically a movie about 2020. It goes back 5 years to the pandemic, and it's pretty amazing. It's out there, but I liked it a lot. Also, we had some good amount of drinks before to watch it, but it's very intense. But give it a look. It's on HBO Max now. I was happy to. I was hesitant to get it just because we went to the theater to see Beau is Afraid like on the day it came out, and it was kind of like not exactly what we were expecting because it was so different from his other horror movies that he had done. But I think he's got some ideas. He's going places. That's for sure. doing some weird shit. But I like it. It's got a lot of things to say. It's got messages. It's got a lot of messages in there. But it's worth watching. I'm still thinking about it. Yeah, it's one
I'm still thinking about The Substance.
Oh yeah, I watched that movie.
Such a good movie.
Oh, did you finally see it?
Yeah, it's stuck with me.
Is that on Max too?
Mm-hmm. It's so good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we rented it.
It's definitely one of my favorite movies I've seen. Like, especially in that genre. Like I haven't seen a movie that bloody in a very long time.
Oh, it has like one of the best endings of any movie ever. Where they it gets really silly. I mean, it's kind of the ending is kind of almost too silly, but I think it kind of fits too. I mean, I like that they went that far. I prefer that they went that far than not going that far, I guess. But it's definitely like ridiculous. It is kind of to the point of silly, but whatever. But any what else? I guess the only thing I was gonna say is right off the press before we started here. Panic Button, who worked on a whole bunch of different ports. They did the Doom games, and they did like Wolfenstein and a bunch of like impossible ports, like quote unquote, for a Nintendo Switch. They said that they were behind doing a lot of the Switch 2 versions of the old Switch 1 games. So so it shows this shows Mario U Deluxe, Mario Odyssey, Mario 3D World, ARMS. But yeah, it says Nintendo asked us to help demonstrate new capabilities to the Nintendo Switch 2 system, while remaining faithful to the original games. So, Panic Button, who was known for doing these impossible ports to Switch 1, they got to work with Nintendo to do Switch 2 ports of games that Nintendo did. So, that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
I'm surprised they didn't use what was that? They bought that one company who did no. There was another port company that did the Mortal Kombat games, and they like bought them flat out, like right out, to work directly for Nintendo. So I'm surprised they didn't use them, unless they're using them for something else. I forget what their name was. I want to say like Shiny Entertainment or something like that.
Oh, the ones that used to be Earthworm Jim.
No, yeah, that was Earthworm Jim, wasn't it? Shiver. not Shiny, Shiver Entertainment. No, Saber Interactive. That's what it was, not Shiver. Saber Interactive was the company that Nintendo bought. That did like also did Impossible Ports. I think they worked on another thing other than Mortal Kombat, but most well known they did Mortal Kombat 11 and 12/1. So I'm surprised they didn't do any like Switch 2 ports, but maybe they have them in mind for something else. But yeah, aside from that, I think I'm good here for episode 498. 2 episodes from the Big 500. I think for our 500 episode, we'll just go to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and we'll just record there, where the Indy 500 happens. But Indy 500 happens in May, so we're recording in December. Maybe nobody will be there. They'll just let us in, right? They let you walk in with your recording equipment and just sit down and do it. It
has really good acoustics.
I was actually filming a thing around there. I was working on a TV show around there, and they always have us do like B-roll where we'll go around and like film part of the city that whatever the crime happened in. And on the list was like the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and I was like, they're like, we're not going to be able to get in there, So we told them, we're like, we're not going to be able to get in there because I know. I mean, I went, we went there. Yeah, I got scolded for dropping my father's ashes on the racetrack. I got scolded for that by the people there because we went there to take my dad's ashes to the racetrack, and they pulled me aside and chewed me out for it. And it was funny because they were like, if you ever want to do this again, make sure you let us know. And I'm like, I'm not ever doing this again. Like, it's like next time another one of your family members dies that loves racing, let us know when you want to put their ashes on the. It was like just so awkward.
I'm going to Daytona.
It's like, all right, whatever, dude. Yeah, we'll go to fucking Abu Dhabi and go to that racetrack again, which we did shoot there at that F1 racetrack. Anyway, yeah, that's been the episode. Thanks everybody for listening. If you want to hear our Patreon episode, go to patreon.com/NintenDomain podcast, and you hear it right now for only $1. I think it's a lot of fun. We talk about all the things we liked before they were quote unquote cool. And you can, for $5, you can get the WART radio and videos of us early after we record and all that fun stuff. So check it out there. And you can also find audio versions of the podcast in video form on youtube.com/NintenDomain podcast and twitch.tv/NintenDomain podcast. I will stream something there soon. I promise. But yeah, we've been your hosts. I'm Trey Johnson.
I'm Jerry Mikowski.
And thanks everybody for listening. See you next time.
See ya.
クソみてえな人生、クソみてえな自分自身、絶望に絶望を重ねて生きているボーイズ&ガールズよ。今すぐ立ち上がるんだ。積もり積もった絶望の頂からお前らのプライドを見せてやる。行くぜ、絶望中。一年中俺自身に絶望中ゴリ夢中を継続中青春の迷い子神様の宇宙中発掘と失望中夢行きの高速道路は大渋滞中実は無禁眼で歪んじゃった残像風やめずっと瞑想中で今月がもう終わるぞ積もり積もる煩悩鈍る鈍る本能間違っててもいいからさ汗ちょうだい君はどう生きるんだ誇りもしねえ人生が刻一刻と無駄遣いのまま終わりに向かったんだヘイボーイ考えるのだその空っぽの脳みそで見せろ絶望ちょっと燃やし尽くせ鳥みたいなコレクシー光浴びずさびついた胸の焼却炉で絶望の頂きからあいつらを見下してやれ諦めろズルになりやがれ見せつけろ絶望超プライ
And we're here to and NintenDomain. This is NintenDomain is where you. How to forget what I normally say here.